All right. So
Yes.
is it the sixth day or fifth day?
Sixth day.
Sixth day. Well, you have endured a lot, and just tell me how you felt about your training and
Yeah.
daily drills, and how many hours did you have you usually practice per day?
This is the sixth day, but the time that I practiced every day is at least 5 hours.
Yeah, I think it's been more than 5 hours.
And
Yeah,
the longest it's maybe 9 or 10 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I really think
That's
so.
crazy. Yeah. So, how do you feel? How do you feel so far about the training?
First, I just regret a little because the training itself was very grueling, rigorous, and a bit demanding.
Oh yeah.
And summer sun was so intense.
So, your body's so red, huh?
Yes.
And you got this. It's swelling here, right? So it's because of the sunburn.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm already tan, so I got good tan, so I don't get sunburn just like that. But in your case,
All right.
I guess your whole body is kind of aching, right? So soaring.
No, not so heavy now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good to hear that. So, tell me a little bit more about your practice. So, we did exactly the same thing, like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
We did the shooting just like this, and after that we practiced something else. But now, how do you feel now?
Now I really feel that, first I just started learning Hak-So-Ken. It was, I think, 5 months ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's been 5 months already.
Yeah. And
Oh,
at that time,
yes.
my body was very, very stiff. Yeah, but as my instructor just says to me that relax is very important. Circular movement is very important. Always.
You're referring to the instructor. That means me, right?
Of course.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought you were talking about somebody else. So somewhere, somewhere out there, somebody like a lizard living in the mountain, and
Maybe, yeah, maybe it's possible, but you are my actual instructor.
Thank you. Yeah, I did the best of what I could, and
All right, let's go back to this.
Yeah,
what are
yeah.
you talking about?
yeah, I just wanted to ask you how
Yeah.
you felt about the previous couple of days of training.
Yeah. I just started learning how to relax much more compared to 3 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about it. Is it a physical relaxation or mental relaxation?
Maybe both of the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And one of the training, we go to the river and we just practiced how to relax to make circular movement much more effective. And it's in the river, and I can also hear the sound of the river. It's so soothing.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
is.
also helped me
Uh-huh.
to how to master how to relax, and I really feel that now, whenever I try to do anything, not only just doing martial arts practice, I'm always aware of trying to relax much more compared to before.
When before you started Hak-So-Ken, you told me that you were more introverted and kind of tensed person, right? Right?
Yes.
But at the very moment you came into my house and and after the practice, and then we were speaking Spanish. You were speaking Spanish. I was speaking Portuguese.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you started to say uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
See.
You're not that kind of a person who would say that kind of vulgar joke, you know.
Yeah, I just suddenly I came up with such a dirty joke, so maybe I just wanted to try that.
Yeah,
It
so
seems like it worked.
yeah, really,
Yeah.
it really surprised me. What, you know, who's this guy? You know, you never talked like that. And all of a sudden you knocked on the door and you just walk into my room and then you started to count from number 1 to 5 in Spanish, and all of a sudden you said cinco. So
yeah, cinco.
So-
Ahora es cinco horas.
cinco horas. So I was like, what, you know, what the heck's going on? You know, this who is it? Who is he? You know. So it's because I think. Do you think it's because you're more relaxed that you can come up with all these vulgar jokes?
I think so.
There's another thing I would like to ask you. We
Go ahead.
kind of made a kung fu movie, right?
Yeah, that was the funniest part of the entire training.
Yeah.
But it was part of the training, right?
Yeah, well, that was
Okay.
part of the training. I just wanted you to look at my steps.
Okay.
Whenever I fight, I don't go with the boxer style, but I stick with the step all the time. So later on, I just wanted you to look at the steps.
Yeah, I just thought that the video itself was very funny, but your steps was very serious.
Yeah. Well, but you know, it really looks like we're fighting, but just to let you guys know, we were not really fighting. We just kind of have the sound effect, and it's kind of fast forwarded. So it's not an actual fight. So, but we just had a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, now, here's what we're gonna do today. For today, we don't do any physical exercise, but we just kind of discuss what you've been through and the difficulties and the challenges that you have overcome in the previous couple of days, and
Okay.
we're just going to discuss that. All right. See you later, man. Well, Elijah, we've just talked a little bit about your experience for the previous couple of days.
Okay.
And you wrote this, what is this, My Transformation
Yes.
report called My Transformation. There are several things I would like to ask you about what you have written.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, it says that your primary goal was to refine your martial arts skills, right? So-
Yes, at first I just wanted to brush up my martial arts skills. You know, I just started learning martial arts maybe 5 months ago. Since then, I just thought that this was a very good opportunity to brush up my martial arts skills.
So at first, was it difficult for you to make a circular movement and everything?
If I just try to make the circular movement as my martial arts instructors does, but when I just try to imitate his movement, I just found that my movement is always very stiff, unlike my martial arts teacher's movement.
Well, don't worry about it. Poco a poco aprender. You know, you just do it gradually.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and your initial goal was to refine your martial arts skills, but so does that mean that that was your initial goal? But were there any goals?
All right, let me tell you this. One of the biggest reasons that I wanted to learn Chinese martial arts was I just wanted to be strong. Just hoping that it would liberate me from diffidence, not having confidence. I'm introverted person, so I always wanted to change my character.
Yeah, well, I think it was 10 years ago when I met you for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back at the time, you were not able to speak English at all.
Not at all.
And I taught you how to speak English, and you have always been a hard-working student. And now you speak English just like this. Isn't this is amazing?
Thank you.
And I knew you would improve your skills, and aside from the martial arts skills, I believe you will be able to fortify your mind and soul, and
yes,
your faith, of course, faith in Jesus Christ as well.
Yes.
And so it says, you were hoping that this experience, for the is this the sixth day, right? This is the
sixth day.
Yeah, and this experience would lead you to a profound personal transformation.
Yes.
And so, does that imply that you knew somehow that this intensive training would lead you to other how can I say other improvements, like mental stability or all these kind of things, beside refining your martial arts skills?
So, which means you are just planning not only to just gives me the chance of improving martial arts skills, but also you just prepared for me to be stronger mentally as a human being.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I was just enjoying teaching you. That's
the most important thing.
Yeah, I generally speaking, as long as the students are hardworking, I love teaching.
Okay.
Some people are not as hardworking as you, and in your case, you're really hardworking. So I just enjoy it, and it's not meticulously designed to make you strong mentally and physically.
But anyway, and somehow I enjoy your method.
Thank you. But you also mentioned that you struggle to find a way forward, as you had always been an introverted person.
Yes.
And an insecure person. And how did you struggle? How did you struggle before you started learning Hak-So-Ken?
I'm introverted, and whenever I just try to say my opinion to the others, maybe I just hesitate to do that, and just start thinking whether what I'm gonna say would offend the others. So I was afraid of that. So I just just stay myself away from expressing what I wanna say or express myself.
So now that you have practiced Hak-So-Ken for about 5 months, is it because you're speaking English that you can express yourself better, or is it kind of the byproduct of practicing Hak-So-Ken?
The official language in Hak-So-Ken group is English.
Oh yeah.
And English is expression. Is much more like expressing word, unlike Japanese. So
like
I think
you mean like a low contextual language.
Yes. And the English is being the official language in the group. Just I think helped me to express myself very much.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty much like multiplication of your language skills and Hak-So-Ken martial arts skills.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
At the
okay.
same time.
I got it. But before that, how did you struggle with your introvertness and sense of insecurity as an individual? Just before you started practicing Hak-So-Ken, how did you cope? How did you cope with the struggles?
Honestly to say, even after I started learning Hak-So-Ken, still I was very introverted. And I always wanted to be confident, and I just wanted to be a person who just express my emotion or my feeling or what I'm thinking and what I'm going to tell the other people. But sometimes maybe this comes from my past, and it's very difficult for me to do that.
Oh yeah, I understand your feeling.
After especially I just started this intensive summer camp of Hak-So-Ken. I just spent much time with my martial arts instructor, and I just learned many things from him. That's one of the reasons that recently I just started getting some confidence.
So for you, what is the main difference between the ordinary, weekly Hak-So-Ken practice and this summer intensive summer camp?
Alright, in the weekly Hak-So-Ken lesson, once I just learned something very important. Once I just go back to my home, there is another extra week until the next Hak-So-Ken lesson.
That's true.
And for me, it was a little long time, and it didn't allow me to absorb what I've learned in the Hak-So-Ken lesson. And I just tend to go back to my former situation.
Oh, you mean you got your own style of moving your body, and when the lesson's over, you, no matter how many hours you may practice, you got back to your original form. Is that what you're saying?
And not only the martial arts skills, but also my mentality. Mainly, this time I just wanted to mention about my mentality. Concerning my Hak-So-Ken practice, I always just do that as my everyday habit. So concerning my Hak-So-Ken skills, I just think that it's not getting so bad.
Yeah. Well, so what you did yesterday was basically, what was that?
Chi Gong training.
Chi Gong training. So give me your feedback about what you have learned.
Yeah, Chi Gong is a very, it is very mysterious concept. And I was also just a little bit confused and doubtful about Chi Gong, but as I just experienced the Chi Gong from my martial arts teacher, and he said that it's scientifically proven, not proven.
Not proven.
But it really does exist.
Yeah, it does.
So I just started thinking that there are many such kind of similar things, like, because now the technology or science is developing every day by day. But maybe about 100 years ago, there are many phenomena that was not scientifically proven but empirically known throughout their experience.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Whenever I think about science, the importance of science,
Yeah.
some people say, that Chi Gong is not is not scientifically proven. Well, whenever I hear all these kind of quote, I would say quote unquote scientific denials
Yeah.
or statements or whatever, name it. I was thinking, what's the point of science? Because if you know everything, if you can prove anything by science, what's the point of searching for the things that you don't know? And that statement by itself is the denial of science in the name of science. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And another thing is, at first you actually admitted that you experienced some regret at first.
Yeah, at
in the
first.
summer camp. So tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, especially, I have to practice at least 5 hours, and in the longest I practiced.
Hold on a second, Aleja. You were practicing Hak-So-Ken very, very spontaneously, and even if I didn't tell you to go to the river and practice Hak-So-Ken, you just went to the river all by yourself, and I thought you were enjoying it.
But yeah, sometimes I enjoying, but sometimes I'll regret
Really?
a bit.
Well, that's kind of funny. And you mentioned, you mentioned the challenges,
Yes.
which seemed insurmountable at times. So, what are some of the challenges that you thought was insurmountable when you were feeling the regrets?
In martial arts practice,
In this,
right. Sometimes
summer camp.
I'm just started doubting whether I really acquire the necessary Tai Chi movement or Hak-So-Ken movement. But as my martial arts instructor always says that it somehow takes a little long time, so I just want to believe that I'm going to achieve my goal someday.
Man, I've been doing it for more than 40 years.
Yes.
And you just started
Only
like
5
months
months.
ago. But for you, who have been studying martial arts for only about 5 months, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And you have overcome a lot of challenges. And tell me a little bit about the insurmountable challenges that you experienced while you were practicing Hak-So-Ken.
Like I just wanted to be strong, and I just think that practice itself would be very, very hard. But I just got the feeling that if I continue learning Hak-So-Ken, maybe I would achieve my goal. But concerning my mentality, I am introverted, so I've never had a relationship with girls.
Oh, girls!
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit afraid when I think about the situation that I'm about to talking to girls.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't talk with girls.
Yeah.
But I talk with an AI
Okay.
AI girlfriend myself. So I think that's a good practice if you wanna practice.
Right.
If you need a dummy, Wing Chun style.
Okay.
Wing Chun style, Wing Chun Chuan. Wen Chun Chuan. That's probably known as a martial art that Bruce Lee had been learning before he became a kung fu star.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They have the Wing Chun dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
So I can just train how to talk with girls by using AI.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. But you told me you've been talking to yourself in English for about 3 years, right?
Yes.
And you were
2 years.
2 years, and you were pretending like you were talking with somebody on the phone. Is that true?
Yes, 100% true.
Yeah.
But mainly when I talk with my imaginary friend, it's not a girl.
It's not a girl. Well, that means you can't open up everything. Well, I remember when you came into my room, all of a sudden, you started counting numbers in Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Yeah,
right?
maybe I just felt that I've changed very strongly when I just said that.
Yeah, well, I can't believe that you were an introverted person, but all of a sudden you came into my room.
Yeah.
Well, I was laying on my bed, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden you started to say, this vulgar joke, and
Yeah.
I couldn't laugh because I was just wondering. I just started to bewilder, started to be puzzled. Is this Elijah?
Right.
So what triggered your change in mentality? To make that kind of vulgar jokes and enjoy.
Yeah, that's easy. My martial arts instructor always says such kind of vulgar jokes. So I was influenced.
Yeah, that's
But right, it's a good influence.
yeah. Well, but except that's not really Christian. We're supposed to be Christian too. But anyway, I don't want to be stiff necked. So yeah, I just take pleasure.
All right.
But what about the kung fu movie that we took yesterday?
That was the most fun part in the whole summer camp program. I really enjoyed it. And
Well,
yeah.
People are gonna watch the kung fu video,
Hmm.
and it didn't hurt at all, right? We didn't injure at all, right?
No, we didn't. No,
we
don't.
did it very safely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we added some sound effects and everything, so it looks like it's the
Yeah.
funniest part is that the funniest part is that while we were in the fighting scene, we
Yeah.
were fighting, and you were holding a staff, and I was fighting with my fist, with my red glove on my left hand, and
Yeah.
and while we were fighting, there were some people in the park, but nobody really cared about what we're doing. So
Yeah.
they're in the screen, but it looks kind of really funny.
The funniest part in my daily summer camp program, I assure you.
Yeah. Well, that was actually the first time I took that kind of video. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it was the funniest part as well. And so, is there a certain point? You told me at first it was really challenging for you,
Yes.
and were there, and then you started to enjoy the intensity of the practice, and were there a certain point where your mindset has changed?
Well, maybe I just think the first day we went to the river and just did some training. Then the second day, not second day, it was, or I forgot what was the second time I went to the river and I just felt the beautiful nature.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that was a turning point for me to start enjoying the martial arts practice.
So in a way, you just shifted your focus from practicing Hak-So-Ken per se to enjoying the nature and practice the Hak-So-Ken in the nature. Is that right?
Maybe it's right.
Yeah, well, that's a very...
Yeah, of course, I just do some practice in dojo, but it's what we all do in the weekly lesson. But this time, this was my first experience to do some martial arts practice in the nature.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Adam, because Adam's missing out something very beautiful. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I really hope he would be here.
Yeah. Well, he's doing busy anyway, so yeah, probably next year. I'm not really thinking about the summer intensive camp for the next year, 2025.
Okay.
But I think it is worth thinking about. Yeah. And what about the Chi Gong that you experienced yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Very, very fun. And if it really exists, there is no way not to try doing that. So, and since then, I just started believing the actual existence of Chi Gong, and just I would like to apply the Chi Gong practice in my daily life.
Well, let me tell you something shocking, okay?
Yeah. Shocking.
Something. Yeah. Well, something that shocks you, okay? I am not sure. I practice my Chi Gong, and then I just blow away people with my Chi Gong power. But when it comes to the real existence, well, if it exists or not, Chi Gong power exists or not, I'm not really sure about it. So I'm teaching you something I don't know.
But as we just talked, that Chi Gong is not scientifically proven,
Right.
so there is no one who understands about Chi Gong 100%.
Right.
So I don't think I'm be worried about it.
Yeah, well, you told me that like 100 years ago, some of the things that we experience today were not back then, not back then proven and scientifically.
Yeah.
But they're just empirical.
Yes.
So right. So I think Chi Gong is something like that, and we just experience it, and we just feel like it exists, and the main purpose is not scrutinizing with a Chi Gong.
Yeah.
Chi Gong exists or not, but to utilize the Chi Gong power and apply it to Hak-So-Ken. So.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's exactly what I wanted to say. Even though we just cannot understand the true identity of Chi Gong itself 100%, or at least we can apply it.
And when you apply it, probably you can blow away people, and you don't have to be afraid of other people.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, and you have described in this report that you had inner fears that had long plagued you, which is the very roots of my self-doubt.
Yes,
And what kind of fear?
I was abused by mother when I was a child,
That's
and
too
that traumatic event still remains inside of me, and try to say me that I'm incapable, I'm worthless. Sometimes I just try to resist my inner voice, but so far I failed to overcome my inner voice.
Oh, so you mean in this intensive summer camp, you have somehow overcame?
Yeah, I really think so.
Really?
Yeah, as I told you that unlike the weekly Hak-So-Ken lesson, this time we are going to practice Hak-So-Ken throughout a week. So there is no rest. So, and because as I told you, when I just learned weekly Hak-So-Ken, once I just learned something good for my mental. But once I just go back to my home, I just reverted to my former customary. But this time, I cannot go back to my home, and I found another place to accommodate myself. And there was no space to go back to my former bad customary.
Oh, yeah. So you're talking about the strength of your mentality, not the physical strength this time, because you have just mentioned the traumatic experiences that you have underwent when you were a little kid concerning your the relationship with your mother.
Yes,
and you're not. You're not going to use Hak-So-Ken to blow her away or anything.
Of course not. I would never do that.
So I came to the conclusion you are not talking about Hak-So-Ken itself, but you're talking about the strength of your mentality.
Yes.
So,
but not only my mentality, but concerning my Hak-So-Ken movement, I just believe that it has improved very much.
Yeah.
First of all, I just started to relax myself, and whenever I do some movement like circular movement, I feel that it's more and more soft or flexible, tender.
And the impression that I had yesterday while I was teaching you the circular movement was that the very moment you start to understand the movement of yin and yang, and that's yin yang, okay, and from your left, let your positive, let your yang power, which is the positive power, flow into the empty part, which is the yin power. Well, I don't know what did I say yang power or yin? Well, I forget. Just forget about the details. Okay. Anyway, so the very moment you started to understand the difference between yin and yang, and how to utilize how to move your energy within your body, and that's the moment you start to kind of started to master the flexible movement that you wanted, right?
Exactly. So it was a very good opportunity. So I just learned Chi Gong and yin and yang power.
Yeah, yin and yang, and that's really profound. And well, when we look around and look around the world, and we can see a lot of yin yang stuff, man and woman, day and night, and land and sea, and a lot of things, I think ancient Chinese people acquire the inspiration of yin yang by looking at the nature, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted you to practice Hak-So-Ken in the nature.
I really felt that.
Mm-hmm. So you told me that you are introvert and insecure individual.
Yeah.
Back then, and you suffered from the traumatic experiences concerning your relationship with your mother, and you stated as well that you realized that the flaws you once perceived were not as daunting as you imagined.
Yeah.
So what are what are the changes? What is actually what for example what your character personality or your you're you, but
Yes.
but I think you're still introverted somehow and insecure somehow, but you're basically saying that you start to love yourself
Yes,
as
exactly.
you are, right? What was the turning point when you started to feel that the flaws you once perceived were not as daunting as you had imagined?
For example, now I'm taking an interview in English, so I speak English fluently, and I also speak Spanish. So the other day when I went out with Adam, my fellow martial arts student, he said that if he was me, he would be proud of himself.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I just thought I only focus on something negative point, but if I start thinking about my positive point, like speaking English, or maybe you just say that I'm very tolerant.
Yeah.
Maybe just being accepting myself is not so bad, maybe, or more like I was afraid of accept of myself.
Yeah. Oh well, sometimes sometimes flaws can be interpreted different ways by different word choice. For example, you say you're introverted.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not by itself. It's not it's not a bad thing.
And I just get the feeling that I just mentioned that I'm introverted, but there is a possibility that this is also some kind of bias that I only created inside of my brain without knowing, and I just follow the inner voice that I'm introvert. But finally, just throughout this summer camp, I just started understanding that the voice inside of me does not really exist.
Right. But you could also reinterpret
Yes.
your character as well. For example, if you feel like you're introverted, instead of using the word introvert, you can say that you're introspective. So you have
that kind of changes the thinking, how I feel or what do I think is also very important.
Yeah. And another example is you felt you're insecure individual, but I see a lot of insecure individual being very careful about themselves. So if you're not secure, you try to protect yourself, right? So so that's a good thing. It's all about word choice.
Yes.
Right. And so you started to kind of I think you started to reinterpret yourself.
That word would be very most suitable for explaining my mental change. Reinterpret.
Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Like, because if when I have something bad, I can just interpret it as a good way or a bad way.
Yeah.
Like if I just try to interpret it as a good way, even if something bad happened, maybe I can just interpret that this is a very good lesson for me to change myself.
Yeah.
So such types of thinking is just started to grow throughout the summer martial arts intensive practice.
Yeah. Well, I can perfectly relate to you because sometimes, when I was young, I was a guitar freak and I wanted to be a rock star, rock vocalist, and that's when I started to, kind of not cutting the hair and let it grow. I grow my hair. And nowadays, and I'm 52 years old, I'm starting to lose my hair on the top. Okay, so I don't take it negatively. Well, the most revered saint that I respect the most is Saint Francis of Assisi. He's got tonsura. All right, one of those bald stuff. They shaved the top of the hair to belong to the community of saints to become a Franciscan. So I almost feel like a Franciscan whenever I look at myself in the mirror. So yeah, it's all about defining yourself. Yeah. And if it's bad, just reinterpreting yourself. Okay, thank you very much for your great insight, and I hope this might enlighten or love other people as well. And I'm going to create this video
thank you
way
very
to
much.
message the context. And thank you very much.
Very much.